Calgary is one of the few places across the country that still maintains a community aspect, even though you have all the resources of a large city. And from a healthcare perspective, if you're going to learn how to provide healthcare somewhere, you're going to want to do it in a place where there's access to resources, there's a large patient population. All of those things are going to make it amazing.
The Calgary program's a decent size. It's not huge, but it's also not small. There's about 70 residents per year. The nice thing is that we're one big cohort that's divided into different clinics, but all of our academics, all of our social events, we're all together as a group. But on the other hand, it's not so big that you get lost in a sea of resident. The admin is still very responsive to all of the requests that I've had from them, and I feel like my preceptors know me and that they care about my success.
I think one experience with a really good teacher can actually make or break what you do. So working with someone who inspires you, working with someone who's excited about what they do, I think that naturally makes you excited about what you do, kind of helps from a connection and a community standpoint.
One of our roles in this office is not just to clear space to allow programs to provide the amazing training that they do in the clinical space, but we provide all the scaffolding that allows people to become the physicians that they ultimately will be. And a lot of that is learning how to take care of your well-being and your wellness. And that's going to extend into future practice as well.
How do we support our residents? How do we affect that culture change where residents are going into a program and knowing that they're going into a supportive learning environment? Our job is to not only help residents be well when they needed a little extra help, but our job is to help them stay well.
Lots of programs have offices of learner affairs, they have academic coaches who are physicians, but they don't have someone who is focused just on resident learning. Since I came into this role about a year ago, we've been trying really hard to change the perception of learner support. We really try to normalize asking for help, for being in control of your own destiny, and reaching out to me when you don't know how to learn or what to do.
I think my biggest takeaway from this all has been the amount that the staff truly care about us as individuals and us as physicians. At the end of all of this, they want a good colleague. They want somebody who they can see at annual meetings and go and grab a coffee or beer, but they also want somebody who they can send referrals to and ask questions of if it's in a subspecialty that is not of their own. And the amount that they have invested in us in terms of making sure that we pass our Royal College and excel as physicians and become excellent surgeons at the end of this is outstanding.
The school itself within internal medicine is well known to be very collegial, but also to provide really strong core internal medicine training. There's the benefit of having 4 different hospital sites and kind of very strong mentorship within internal medicine from staff, and kind of the program infrastructure is well known across the country in terms of those strengths. And I think having spent, years out in Ontario, it's nice to be back in the mountains and to be back with family and friends as well.
These 2 to 5 years of training, it's truly the part where whether you'll be very prepared as an independent practice or you'll be scared and worried and anxious. We have multiple simulations at multiple different sites, and the amount of dedicated teachers that we have that have simulation trainings is excellent. Like the people who are truly responsible for making these scenarios and for teaching these scenarios and for debriefing the scenarios, I would say is at one of the highest levels that I've heard about, especially when I did these tours across Canada. Our program, I think, definitely shines in having an emphasis on simulation.
I think people completely underestimate the cultural scene in Calgary. We have a great food scene. There are new festivals like every week almost. There are so many fun things to do in Calgary, and I don't think people realize that.
If you're looking for somewhere interesting to go, Calgary's a really good place. There's the Rocky Mountains really close by. There's a lot of other beautiful places in Alberta to go visit. The city itself is very young, it's exciting. So if you're looking for something new and you're looking for something exciting and you want to try something different, Calgary's a really good place to go.
The truth is, you're going to get an excellent residency education anywhere in Canada. And that's certainly true here. But when someone's making the decision about where they want to do their residency, they need to think about not only getting that great training that allows them to become competent and confident in their future practice. But it's all the other things as well that make residency a positive and memorable in a good way. And I think we're able to do that here because of the city and the opportunities that the city provides and its surroundings, but also the services that we're able to provide and to be leaders of education in these programs.